Hi there. So if you're watching, this video is for those who need help sleeping for whatever reason, and it could be many reasons. So probably the first place to start is for those who have trouble getting to sleep. One moment, technical difficulty. So if you have trouble falling asleep, it can be a host of many things. Also, this is for the people who I can fall asleep easily, but after an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, then oops, I am awake again. And then I can't get back to sleep because whether it be your mind is starting with the mind chatter, or it could be that you wake up in discomfort. And I know from experience, when I wake up and it's my body, it's necessary for me to do something to get relief so that I'm able to go back to sleep. Whether it be your hip, excuse me, whether it be your shoulder, because for those who sleep on their sides, that's a real problem at times. I have a lacrosse ball, just real quick, as far as the physical thing. I have a lacrosse ball that I use, and I'll use it while lying on the floor to address any of the discomfort so that is minimized. And it could be you need something more beyond that, but the goal is about getting you to sleep. And so I wanted to mention that because I know someone who has had frozen shoulder recently, and she really had a lot of trouble sleeping. And so doing what you can to address the physical, because trying to sleep when you have that and not doing anything to address the physical will be you lying awake all night. Been there, done that. So I'm really quick to address the physical, and then I'm able to sleep most of the time. Okay, so one of the things that is really important in terms of sleeping, I want to go through these real quick, and then we'll go into the relaxation, feel good meditation aspect. But it's important to do these things before going to bed, because otherwise you may be setting yourself up for difficulty in sleeping. So first and foremost, let's go ahead, and I'd like to guide you through the grounding technique. This is something that you can do. I would invite you to do it multiple times a day because it will change how it feels for you. But we all have non-beneficial energies, and it's important to clear those. Otherwise, it can disrupt not only how we sleep, but our entire experience. So go ahead right here and right now. Take some deep, deep breaths, and with intention, using your breath to sink even deeper into your body. And if you haven't already, the invitation is to shut down your beautiful eyes. Again and again, taking deep, deep breaths. And now I'm inviting you to visualize a grounding column or hollow tube, and it can be helpful to visualize a tree trunk that has been hollowed out. Again, it's 3 feet in diameter. It's attached to your first chakra at the base of your spine. Inside of that, a column 2 feet in diameter, and inside of that column, a column 1 foot in diameter. and sending the other end of each of those grounding columns straight down to the center of the earth and attaching to the core of the earth with 1 million grounding cords, or you can even use 1 million tree roots each, wrapping around, anchoring in, grounding you in consciousness. We want to make sure that the grounding column is the same diameter straight down to the center of the earth. And you can do that by simply making the request. My grounding column is the same diameter straight down to the center of the earth, knowing that we want to make sure that it doesn't taper off like a carrot. And it can be helpful for you to visualize that it goes straight down to the center of the earth. And now sending barrels and barrels of golden light down your grounding column. Clearing your connection to Mother Earth. And now making the request to pull your auric field into 18 inches all the way around your body. It's important to pull your aura into 18 inches all the way around your body. Otherwise, you pick up other non-beneficial energies that they don't benefit you. And so this allows you to pick up way less and for you to be more solid. Making sure you pull your aura in above your head, below your feet, and all the way around you. And now let's place a violet column 6 feet in diameter surrounding you, filling that violet column with thousands of violet flames, spinning that violet column, requesting to remove any and all non-beneficial energies in your field now. And also making the request, making this your own. My conscious awareness is in the center of my head. Anyone else in the center of my head, sending them back to where they belong now. And now let's go ahead and place a bubble over your entire field and make the request that your energies be transparent. All energies, and that your grounding column, aura, and energies are in present time, right here and right now. Nice. And because we can, again, making this your own, personalizing it, I now request to be fully present in my body now. This is setting your intention to bring your soul completely back into your body. Whether you notice or not, or even believe that it's a possibility, we can, it can be easy at times based upon what we're experiencing to not be in our bodies fully. And because of how it feels when you're not in your body, that's a reason to call your soul, to invite your soul back into your body so that you can experience your wholeness. Again and again, taking deep, deep breaths. And now what I'd like to do is to fully merge spaciousness, the emptiness, the nothingness into your brain, into your mind, and into every cell of your body. Visualizing a supersized waterfall above your head as the spaciousness fully merges in, on, around, and through you. This waterfall of the spaciousness, as if you're swimming in the spaciousness. The spaciousness is in, on, around, and through you, expanding within your body. As we invite all thoughts, all mind chatter, any and all thinking, worrying, all trying, and all distractions into the spaciousness. And for the spaciousness to fully envelop your entire body and entire universe. Any thoughts or thinking, give them all to the spaciousness and allow the spaciousness to continue with each breath as you breathe in, breathing in the spaciousness, the nothingness, the emptiness. And as you breathe out, letting go of all that no longer serves you. Giving yourself permission to deepen even more into the emptiness. And if there's any sensation, any discomfort within your body, inviting the spaciousness, the nothingness into, in, on, around, and through the discomfort. All pain, all struggle, whether it be emotional or physical, continuing to allow and to welcome the spaciousness into it all. As you continue to take deep, deep breaths and continuing to let go of any thoughts that are coming up. If you believe in energy work, great, it works. If you don't believe in energy work, great, it still works. And I love that. And so again and again, inviting the spaciousness to fully merge into any and all molecules, all atoms, all cells, in, on, around, and through you. As thoughts come up, enveloping the thoughts in the spaciousness. And again, taking deep, deep breaths. And making the request that any and all distraction and all blocks to sleeping, for them to turn dark blue and to draining all dark blue down your grounding column now. As we continue to merge the spaciousness into your analytical processor, your frontal cortex, any and all processes of thoughts, of thinking, of worrying, unsettledness. And inviting you in this moment as you continue to breathe in the spaciousness and witnessing possibly an expansion within yourself, within your body, as space is created. The invitation is to visualize a waterfall 100 feet in diameter above your head. It is a light of purification, and inviting the light of purification in to wash in, on, around, and throughout your body, with the intention of clearing anything that isn't true in the present now. Automatically returning your energies back, purified, cleared, and cleansed, and clearing your entire timeline. And again, with the intention to clear any and all blocks to sleep. I release, I release, I release. Please know that you are able to utilize the emptiness and the grounding as a way to sink into and prepare yourself for sleep. And you can also use it if you wake up, say after an hour to 3 hours, whatever it looks like. This can be helpful to quiet the mind. I found that the practice of imagining your thoughts as being clouds, and as they float by, that's not helpful because they'll come right back around. And so that's why we want to utilize the emptiness and to make sure that we're grounded, so that we clear our space. Much like we shower, we don't shower once and think, we're good. I don't need to shower again. And so this is a way to keep yourself clear and clean energetically. And utilizing the emptiness can allow you to be free from the mind. because the mind chatter can be a lot. I found it to be important to introduce the emptiness and the grounding so that that's how you can get to sleep quicker, sooner, faster. There are other things that I would like to share with you. And so again, using the emptiness and the grounding as a way to quiet the mind, to clear your space, and enable yourself to fall asleep or to fall back asleep. A couple of things you want to do before you even go to bed, and this is an extension of the energetic cleaning and clearing that I do on a daily for myself within my space. Two things that I'd like to guide you through. One is to clear your home energetically and also to clear your bed, because if you have non-beneficial energies in your home and in your bed, it makes sense that you wouldn't be able to sleep. And you'll know by how it feels, especially the more that you do these processes, the more you will be able to recognize the contrast. And so to clear your home, I'd like to share with you two different ways to clear your home, because some of us live in houses, and there are also those who live in an apartment or a condo or something like that. And so I will offer a couple of different ways. And what I would like to share also in clearing the spaces, especially when you're new to doing this yourself, two ways that it can be really helpful. Because everything is energy, and energy follows thought, and it's all about intention. And so as you get your sea legs and you get more and more comfortable and you get stronger in doing energy work, you maybe don't need to do both of these, but I find that it's really helpful, because then it's done quicker, sooner, faster, rather than keep having to do it, or you get into bed and it's not effective and you can't sleep. So two ways. One is for you to say it out loud as you are going through the process. So everything I'm going to share, you can apply that and personalize it for yourself and your home. So saying it out loud, and also it can be helpful to visualize it. Because again, energy follows thought. It's about intention. And so the more solid your intention, the more effective the process will be. Also, one more way that it can be even more effective, especially when you first start doing this process, is to run through it 2 times. The first time, run through the clearing with your eyes open, and then run through it a second time with your eyes closed. And you'll want to say it in a way that you're commanding versus, well, you know, it's not, that won't really get much done if you're real laid back about it. You want to be what I refer to as, for myself, as my mom voice. Like, okay, here's what we're doing. That's the energy you want to bring when doing energy work so that it's effective. Okay, so to clear your home, this is how I do it. It's very simple. And if I can do this energy work, anybody can. And so setting your intention and making the request to spin a violet light of purification in the center of my home or this home, whatever it is that you're focused on, that is where it will be applied. And so spinning a violet light of purification in the center of the home and expanding in 5-foot increments until the entire home is encompassed. Making the request to fully dissolve any and all non-beneficial energies in, on, around, and through the entire home and through everyone and everything in it now. Making the request to raise the vibration of the home to 40,000 or above. We definitely want a high vibration, people. Most definitely. It'll feel better. That's why we do that. And something that I've also started doing, which I find to be helpful so that it has somewhere to drain off. Kind of like if you're cleaning your bathtub, it's nice to have somewhere to drain off. Otherwise, So also making the request to place a grounding cord in each of the corners, ceilings and floors in the entire home. This is optional, but I find that it's really effective. And sending the other end of the grounding cords down to the center of the earth. And requesting to fully drain any and all non-beneficial energies from the entire home and to everyone and everything in it, draining them fully and completely down the grounding cords to the center of the earth now. Nice. And what you'll notice is what will change is it will start to feel lighter within your space. And often you don't know how it isn't light until you experience the lightness. It's all good. And if you don't feel anything, that's okay. It's okay. Trust the process. And I usually give it a few minutes. It's helpful, again, to visualize it within the process. And if you want to visualize it from room to room, whatever it is that works for you, that's perfect. Again, noticing how much lighter it feels. I typically go by how it feels to know when it is complete. And so please know that you can allow this process. If you've had a lot of people in your home, sometimes it might take a little bit of time. And while we're waiting for that process, I'd like to guide you through the process if you live in an apartment, because sometimes people do, or if you're in a multiplex, whatever it is. And so the same holds true, making the request to spin a violet light of purification in the center of this apartment and expanding in 5-foot increments until the entire apartment and entire building is encompassed. Requesting to remove any and all non-beneficial energies in, on, around, and through the entire apartment, building, and through everyone and everything in it now. And again, making the request to raise the vibration of the building to 40,000 or above. And now really the only difference with clearing your home versus if you live in a multiplex is in, how do I articulate this? When you, this next process that we're going to do. And so for those of you who live in a home, what you'll want to do now is to go ahead and fully merge beautiful gold in, on, around, and through the including all walls, windows, doors, ceilings, roofs, and floors, and visualizing this beautiful golden light and placing a beautiful golden dome over the entire home and maintaining that 24/7 without even having to think about it. And you can also make the request to continue to spin that violet light of purification without even having to think about it, so that automatically it's clearing continuously. And now for those in an apartment, you'll want to set your intention to fully merge once you feel that the apartment and the building is clear, again, by the lightness that you feel around you. Fully merging beautiful golden light in, on, around, and through the entire apartment, the entire building, and through everyone and everything in it. Now, including all walls, windows, doors, ceilings, roofs, and floors. And what I would suggest is to go ahead and place two things, actually, to place a beautiful golden bubble all the way around your apartment or your condo or whatever it is. And also placing a beautiful golden dome over the entire building. And maintaining those 24/7 without even having to think about it. And also continuously spinning that violet light of purification with the intention to continuously clear. Nice. And so again, you'll want to do this on a daily. I found when I clear my home on a daily, it feels way better. And so the next thing, and one of the most important things, we're going to go ahead and clear your bed. Because otherwise, no matter what you've done, if you've cleared your home and if you're grounded and cleared, if you get into your bed that isn't cleared, chances are you're going to be impacted by that. So to do that, you'll want to make sure that you place a violet column big enough to surround the bed. And this is where it may be helpful for you to run through it 2 different times until you get really comfortable with the process, so that the first time you run through it, again, saying it out loud, the spoken word is so powerful. And then going back through a second time with your eyes shut so that you can visualize the process. And so let's go ahead, and because I like doing less and accomplishing more is really how I like to do energy work. And so what you can do, depending on how many beds you have in your home, you can make the request to place, and this will accommodate whatever size of bed it is that you have. So, but make the request to place a violet column 15 feet in diameter surrounding each and every bed in my home, filling the violet column, each violet column with thousands of violet flames, spinning the violet columns, requesting to remove any and all non-beneficial energies in, on, around, and through the entire bed and everything on it, including all the pillows. Now. And also what I like to do, again, to have somewhere for the ick to go, I make the request. I now request to place grounding cords in each of the four corners of each of the beds, as well as in the center, a grounding cord in the center of each of the beds, and a grounding cord in each of the pillows. And sending the other end of all those grounding cords down to the center of the earth, making the request to completely drain any and all non-beneficial energies from the entire bed, everything on the bed, each and every bed, and all the pillows now, draining it fully down the grounding cords to the center of the earth to be neutralized. And again, the request is to place grounding cords in each of the four corners and the center of all the beds. And also, if you have a biomat on the bed, applying the same. And placing grounding cords in each of the pillows. Sending the other end of those grounding cords down to the center of the earth and completely drain any and all non-beneficial energies from the entire bed, biomat, anything on the bed, including all the pillows, fully draining them down the grounding cords now. It's already feeling good. This is one of my favorite things. Again, I do this on a daily. Why? Because if we experience emotion, then that emotion now is in the bed. And anything that we've picked up, again, if you're not doing the grounding on a regular, chances are good you're going to be leaving and just carrying around all these non-beneficial energies, and they don't magically go away on their own. Kind of like the dishes, right? It requires you to do something. And in my experience, doing the things that I've shared doesn't take much time, and it will take you more time in the beginning as you get comfortable, but the more you do it, the faster it is and the more effective it is. And it really takes a few minutes of your time, but it will allow you to sleep better. Again, I wanted to share the importance of making sure that you clear non-beneficial energies on a daily, from your field, from your home, from your bed. And the more comfortable that you get with doing the grounding technique, you then can ground others. Why? Because if you're going to be around them, you're going to want them to have a clear field. And the world is a better place when we're grounded. And this is about being grounded in consciousness, being in present moment, here and now. And it's what we all deserve, because we're not in the past, we're not in the future, we're here now. And I do, if you want, I have other grounding techniques that are, there's a bit more information. There's a 3-point grounding or an 8-point grounding. I have those videos on YouTube under, you can look up Gina Abarca and you can find those there. And so I'd like to review what it is that we've talked about. Oh, wait, no. Wait, there's one more thing. Ooh. Let's go back to the bed thing. Okay, almost forgot. So now what we want to do, once you can tell, you'll know by how it feels. Like there will be the contrast. And if you don't notice it in the beginning, please be patient and be gentle with yourself, because like anything, it takes practice. And the more you do it, the more you'll notice the subtle changes, right? And other times it's not so subtle. So, but once you feel that it is clear by how it feels, the room, when I have, my beautiful husband has been in the room before when I've cleared the bed, and I knew he could tell because it was such a contrast. And the space, the entire room lightened. And I don't think I probably had even cleared the space yet, but the entire room had lightened up just by clearing the bed. So, okay, now that you have cleared the bed, what do we do now? Similar to what we did with the space. Now we want to fully merge beautiful golden light in, on, around, and through the entire bed, biomats, anything and everything on them, all the pillows, and all the grounding cords. Oh, and I may have forgotten earlier, when we fully merged beautiful golden light into your space, also fully merging that beautiful golden light into all grounding cords. Oops. Oh, me. And again, it's helpful if you visualize it. And then also, let's go ahead and line all walls in your home, all beds, all biomats, all pillows with pink unconditional love light. After all, this is your space and you deserve more love. And So that'll feel way different. I suspect that you notice the contrast. And if you don't, again, that will come with time. It's like building your muscles. You don't go to the gym and get swole in one visit. So it will take time. And so doing these on a daily will change how it feels to you, not only in your space, within yourself, within your bed, but it will help you sleep. And so going back to, okay, so if, for example, you are super tired and then you get into bed and all of a sudden you're wide awake, that tells you a lot. What that tells you is you need to clear your bed. Also, if you go to bed and you're feeling great, and then you get into bed and you start to feel pain in your body, a couple of things. Sometimes it's because we haven't stopped until we go to bed, right? And then all of a sudden, the things that we were so busy before, once we stop, all of a sudden we're starting to feel these things in our bodies. There is that. It could be a thing like that, because we're now quiet, we've simmered down, and right, and things are quiet and within the body. And so then all of a sudden you notice that. So there can be that. However, it can also be that when you get into bed, you were feeling fine before, and all of a sudden you're starting to feel things in your shoulder or wherever it is. That can also be because you need to clear your bed of non-beneficial energies. And so the pattern here is that if you're feeling great, or if you're super exhausted and you get into bed and you can't sleep, you need to get out of your bed. And first and foremost, now you need to get re-cleared. You need to get grounded and cleared. So go through the grounding, because if you've grounded yourself and you get into the bed that has ick in it, you're going to need to reground yourself and clear your bed before you get back into bed to go to sleep. So you can't be lying in your bed and clearing your bed. It doesn't work that way. You're in it. And so I find that to be super helpful. And why? Because I've had the experience, like, I'm really, really tired. I can barely keep my eyes open. I get into bed and it's like, I'm wide-eyed, and like sleep isn't even on the menu. So then it takes extra time because of needing to get out of bed and to ground and to clear the bed. But then you can go to sleep. And at that point, then utilizing the emptiness, quieting the mind, and allowing it to invite you into slumber. And even if you need to rewind and go through it, rewind and go through it. You so deserve to get all the sleeps, all of them. I want to make sure that I didn't miss anything. One thing that I do, and this I suspect is for a different time, a different video, but one of the things that I do when I can't sleep, if I've done all of the things that I know to do and I still can't sleep, I will do like 5 to 10 minutes of breath work. And it's entirely through your mouth. It's a continuous breath. And if you haven't done breath work before, you may want to sign up for or to tune into one of the breathwork videos. And that's on my list to offer you as well, so that you have other tools to be able to sleep. But there's only so much we can do in one video. So that will be a possibility for you if you've done breath work before. If you haven't, stay tuned. And I'd like to share, sometimes we don't sleep. I know for me, and I'm sorry to say, sometimes we don't, for whatever reason. It could be sometimes we don't sleep because we're really excited about something. That excitement is, and that's not a bad thing. It's great to have that excitement. Or I know for me, sometimes when I'm doing deep processing, there are times when I can't sleep. And so what I will do is I will hang out in the emptiness. And I also sometimes will run energy. And that's something else entirely. But I found it to be really helpful. One other thing I'd like to mention that you can do is to do something that you do on a regular that offers your body the heads up that you're going to go to sleep. I find wall yoga, there's a particular video that I do of wall yoga. It's about 30 minutes long, but you can always condense it. I find it to be really relaxing. And boy, does it take me down many notches and offers me the ability to really get relaxed before I go to bed. And so I hope all of this has helped. And please let me know if you have any questions, and I will work on getting something out to you for breath work in the event that you need breath work. On a side note, if you're going to do breath work to be able to sleep, and if you have someone sleeping in the bed with you, or someone who is sleeping and you're not sleeping, you may want to go to a different room, because breath work can be kind of noisy. Anyway, so I hope you found these to be really helpful. Again, let me know if you need anything, have any questions. And otherwise, I look forward to seeing you soon and helping you any way that I can. I'm sending you love.